All right. I'm going to call the regular meeting of the zoning administrator for the city of San Clemente to order. My name is Cecilia Gallardo Daly, and I'm the zoning administrator. The first item of business is to receive and file the minutes of the zoning administrator meeting of August 18, 2020. So received and filed. The next item on the agenda is oral and written communication. This is the time on the agenda when anyone who wishes to speak on an item that is not on the agenda may address the zoning administrator, but it doesn't look like anyone is here to speak on non-agenda public comment. So we'll move to the next section of the agenda, which is public hearings. The public hearing process includes a staff presentation, a presentation by the applicant not to exceed 10 minutes, and public testimony not to exceed 3 minutes per speaker. Following closure of the public hearing, the zoning administrator will respond to questions raised during the hearing, discuss the issues, and act upon the matter by motion. So our public hearing item today is a minor cultural heritage permit for the Coke Wong residence at 238 West Mariposa, and we'll have Sarah Toma, our staff planner, give us a presentation on this item.
Perfect. Thank you. Again, my name is Sarah Toma. I'm a senior planner with the Planning Division. Today I'm presenting to you the minor cultural heritage permit, project number 22-111, the Cook Wong residence. This is a request to add a new garage and remodel an existing duplex abutting a historic site. As you stated, it is located at 238 West Mariposa. I did pull up a Google aerial image just for reference of the location of the site. The site is currently zoned residential medium in our zoning code and designated in the general plan. The proposed project has 3 components. One is a new garage addition to be located within the existing footprint and will replace the existing garage. And the wall within the existing 2-car garage will be demolished to accommodate a new 2-car garage. The second component is an exterior improvements, which includes enclosing the outdoor staircase located northeast portion of the building and a new rooftop deck located on the northwest area of the building. That is going to be in the rear of the residence, and it is not within the required 5-foot setback area. And then lastly is the exterior architecture enhancement, utilizing new materials and color palette. ZA staff report does include attachment 3, which includes the color palette and the proposed changes for the exterior modification. On August 10th, staff did present to the DRSC, or Design Review Subcommittee, and staff's recommendation that the project architectural details demonstrated on the plans comply with the zoning ordinance and the design guidelines, with the exception of the proposed building height. Staff recommended that the parapet and chimney be revised to maintain the building height no taller than the existing building current height, which is at 27 feet 3 inches. And during the meeting, the applicant confirmed that the proposed project will not exceed the current building height. And staff believes that the required findings can be made to approve the project, and I'm just going to go through them. The proposed project doesn't affect the use of the property as a multifamily duplex, nor does it increase the density. The proposed exterior improvement will not affect the existing setbacks or building height consistent with the existing structure. And lastly, the residence of the proposed exterior improvement has been designed to be compatible to scale, mass, and form with the adjacent residence and the pattern of the neighborhood, maintaining the multifamily profile of the residence, and it will not have a negative impact on the historic structure across the street. During staff's review of the project, it was determined that the project can be categorically exempt from CEQA under Section 15301, Section E, Class 1 for existing facilities. As of today, there has been no public comments, and staff recommends that the zoning administrator, 1, determine that the project is categorically exempt from the requirements of CEQA, and 2, adopt resolution ZA 22-018 approving minor cultural heritage permit 22-111 Cook Wong residence subject to conditions of approval. And that concludes staff's presentation.
Okay, thank you. Just a follow-up question. When the DRSC, or the Cultural Heritage Subcommittee, reviewed the project, let's see, I just wanted to verify that they concurred with the staff recommendation to not exceed the current height of the existing structure, so as not to exacerbate the nonconformity. So the project does comply with
Yes.
that. Okay. And then one of the other comments made by the design review subcommittee is it says the commission had concerns with the garage door materials being wood as it takes away from the design, but then they say it's outside of the DRSC's scope for review. What did that mean?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, and the applicant can speak to that as well. During the discussion, the garage door design was brought up, and it was discussed at length. I believe, in regards to cost and style, and I believe the applicant's client was still kind of deciding of what type to do. So maybe the applicant can speak just a little bit more about the final style that they were going to select.
Okay. Yeah, when we get to that, we will definitely do that. Okay. Then let me just ask you this. Why would the design review subcommittee say it was outside of their scope if architecture is part of the findings?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that's what they had said.
Got it. Okay, got it. Okay.
I just wanted to note it on there because that's what they had said.
Okay.
So I think they
see.
meant it in the context of because they were talking about cost and how much it was, and the applicant had shared there was an expensive one that they were looking at, and they were like, well, that's kind of outside of our.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand that now. Okay. Okay, let's see. Sound. All right. Okay. Do you have anything you want to add? Or
Yeah, let
ask
me just
the
add a few
questions?
things.
Yeah.
Again, my name is Rob Williams. I'm with Studio 6 Architects representing the clients. And nothing really to add to Sarah's presentation. The only thing is, in your packet, the very last page, it shows the version of the elevations that the design review reviewed.
Okay.
Then we submitted some additional adjustments based on those comments.
Okay.
So the new submittal that we gave that's in your packet
Okay.
shows that we changed the garage door to a metal and glass door.
Okay, got it.
And then one of the other comments, they wanted to know why on either side of the garage door we didn't go with stone, like we had where the staircase is on the right. Why didn't we go with stone? Went back to the client, they agreed, and so in addition to the garage door being changed out, as it shows on the new, we added stone
Oh,
to keep it more in compliance with the concerns. Even though they didn't they made it clear that they're going to recommend approval anyways. They just felt, this is something you can bring back to your client and see what he says. And he agreed, so that's why the stuff you have in today has made those comments.
I
So
see.
they've
Okay,
been
that makes
quick.
sense.
I love Siri. Interrupts all the time.
Got it. Okay, great. Understood. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I'm going to hand that back to you. And then is there anything else you want to add?
No?
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open the public hearing now. I don't see anyone wishing to speak on this item, so I will close the public hearing. I have reviewed all of the information, reviewed the plans, the findings, the conditions of approval. I think that the exterior improvements are attractive additions, all within the existing footprint with no deviations to the development standards and nothing that would add to the property's existing nonconformity. And I think that the design is not going to have a negative impact on the historic structure across the street or detract from its historicity. So I am able to make the findings for the minor cultural heritage permit. So with that, I will determine that the project is categorically exempt from the requirements of CEQA pursuant to CEQA guidelines section 15301, class 1 existing facilities. And I approve resolution ZA22-018, minor cultural heritage permit 22-111, the Koch Wong residence, subject to the conditions of approval. Thank you. Thanks. Nice job, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Great plans. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun project.
Yeah, very nice. It's very creative. I like the modifications.
Yeah. They bought it to do this. They've only owned it for about a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, no, very innovative. Adding the ADU, adding the deck. Yeah.
that's a fun
Adding
project.
the
It'd be beautiful.
garage. Yeah, and closing the stairs.
Yeah.
I
Fun.
do like the addition of the garage, and then they
Yeah.
have actual garage, and then they have parking outside.
Right.
Mhm.
So it works out both ways.
Yeah.
So then I guess I'll get together with you
Yes.
because our next step is to get the approval on concept
Yes.
stamped so I can get it off the coastal.
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Yeah, sure.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you, Rob.
See you later.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, new business. Seeing none. The next item is old business. Seeing none. I will now adjourn to the next regular meeting of the zoning administrator to be held at 3 p.m. on Thursday, October 20th at the Community Development Department, first floor community room located at 910 Calle Negocio, San Clemente, California. Thank you.